Dramatis Personae for Through the Looking-Glass by Lewis Carroll. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Narration, read by David Goldfarb.
Alice, read by Miss Avarice.
The White Queen, read by Elizabeth Klett.
White King, read by Algie Pug.
The Father, read by Vinnie Tesla.
The Tiger Lily, read by Sherry Gardner.
The Rose, read by Bree.
A Daisy, read by Heather Phillips.
Another Daisy, read by Ellie.
A Violet, by Rack Abra.
The Larkspur, read by Melaine.
The Red Queen, read by Abai.
The Guard, read by Peter Yearsley.
A Gentleman, read by Levi Throckmorton.
The Goat, read by Chris Donnelly.
A Beetle, read by Shay McNamara.
A Horse, read by Melaine.
The Gnat, read by Amy Graymore.
Gentle Voice, read by Vinnie Tesla.
Other Voice 1, recording by Bill Moseley.
Other Voice 2, recording by Steve Belgiul.
Other Voice number 3, recorded by Tom Crawford.
The Fawn, read by Elizabeth Klett.
Tweedledum and Tweedledee, read by Peter Bishop.
The Moon, read by Amy Graymore.
The Walrus, read by David Lawrence.
The Carpenter, read by Shay McNamara.
The Oysters, read by Vinnie Tesla.
The Sheep, read by Ariel Lipshaw.
Humpty Dumpty, read by Matthew Reese.
The Fishes, read by Liberty Stump.
Someone, read by Chris Donnelly.
Hey, read by Denny Sayers. Hatta, an Anglo-Saxon messenger, read by Ariel Lipshaw.
The Unicorn, read by David Lawrence.
The Lion, read by Vinnie Tesla.
The Red Knight, read by Levi Throckmorton.
The White Knight, read by Peter Yearsley.
The Aged Man, read by Martin Geeson.
Long-Beaked Creature, read by Levi Throckmorton.
The Frog, read by Martin Geeson.
The Shrill Voice, read by Liberty Stump.
The Pudding, read by Heather Phillips.
End of Dramatis Personae. Chapter 1 of Through the Looking-Glass. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Through the Looking-Glass by Lewis Carroll. Chapter 1. Looking-Glass House. One thing was certain, that the white kitten had had nothing to do with it. It was the black kitten's fault entirely. For the white kitten had been having its face washed by the old cat for the last quarter of an hour, and bearing it pretty well, considering. So you see that it couldn't have had any hand in the mischief. The way Dinah washed her children's faces was this. First she held the poor thing down by its ear with one paw, and then with the other paw she rubbed its face all over the wrong way, beginning at the nose. And just now, as I said, she was hard at work on the white kitten, which was lying quite still and trying to purr, no doubt feeling that it was all meant for its good. But the black kitten had been finished with earlier in the afternoon, and so, while Alice was sitting curled up in a corner of the great arm-chair, half talking to herself and half asleep, the kitten had been having a grand game of romps with the ball of worsted Alice had been trying to wind up, and had been rolling it up and down till it had all come undone again. And there it was, spread over the hearth-rug, all knots and tangles, with the kitten running after its own tail in the middle.
"Oh, you wicked little thing!"
cried Alice, catching up the kitten and giving it a little kiss, to make it understand that it was in disgrace.
"Really, Dinah ought to have taught you better manners. You ought, Dinah, you know you ought,"
she added, looking reproachfully at the old cat, and speaking in as cross a voice as she could manage. And then
Sample complete. Ready to continue?